We're Liz and Dennis, full-time RVers who have spent the past 11 months RVing mainland Mexico. And in the past year, we've driven over 8,000 miles, visiting 20 different Mexican states.
This is what we're gonna see today. Flamingos! This is so much fun.
We immersed ourselves in the local cuisine and culture.
Whoa.
Made new friends. And had some of the most amazing
For the win! This is awesome!
and challenging experiences of our lives.
This is awful. This has been another drive day from hell.
Back up to tropical storm strength, which means it's going to have gusts of possibly up to 65 miles an hour.
We're driving through Guanajuato, which everyone said not to do, and we hit the tunnel. Our roof hit the tunnel.
While we've loved our time exploring this incredible country, it's time for us to return back to the USA. Today's vlog takes you with us as we cross the border and make our long 2,500-mile journey back home.
We're through.
That was easy.
No, that's not crooked. That's our scooter about to fall off. And just when you think your night can't get any weirder, your neighbor comes up and tells you that John Schneider is going to be filming a scene for his new movie right next to where you're camping. Ready for today?
Yo, yeah.
And just like that, we're out of here. We ended up just staying one night at Las Palmas Inn. It's a hotel that is in the city of Matehuala. We've stayed here now 3 times, it's our 3rd time. And it's just such a comforting place for us after having traveled to and from Mexico, coming from Texas. When we stay at Las Palmas Inn, it's like we've made it. Either we're making it back to the border shortly or we've just crossed the border into Mexico, and either way it feels really good. We had our meal last night at the restaurant just like usual, and we woke up super early this morning before the sun was even up so that we could hit the road and make it to the Colombia border crossing at a reasonable hour. So we have about a 7-hour journey ahead of us. Here's to a smooth day. Tasty.
We didn't have any avocado, so it's like super runny. It's not quite as smooth as it usually is. One thing we did do is prep a bunch of road food. That way we don't really have to stop and cook anything. Preparedness on a day like today is essential for success.
It's also a good way to use any vegetables that you might have, since you're not allowed to take any frozen meats or raw meat, as well as fresh vegetables. Just cook it. I ended up making sandwiches to go. One I actually bought from a store. It was a vegetarian sandwich, but I've added more juicy goodness to it. And I made Dennis a tuna wrap.
My favorite.
You're already spilling. What?
I'm gonna eat time. Personally, you always make good tuna salad.
I thought.
Not out of Mexico yet.
But I will say it's such a difference driving on the interstates like this again. The road pretty much coming down from Colombia or Nuevo Laredo all the way toward Mexico City.
It's like any interstate highway in the U.S. It's that nice. I mean, of course, there's a couple potholes here and there, but whatever.
It's just so much easier to drive
kind of like a welcomed relief after some of the crazy trips we've taken throughout all the small towns. So it's definitely easier if you're just trying to like beeline it toward one destination that's just off the highway, which a lot of people do, and then stay there for a while. It's actually a pretty similar driving experience to the US or Canada, but it's when you take those side roads.
The farther north you are, the better the roads are. But the less stuff there is to do. Besides Copper Canyon and stuff like that.
We made it! Oh, I'm so excited to be here. It was a really easy drive day. I mean, it was absolutely long.
So long. I'm so tired right now.
But it was a smooth day. Something that's been a growing concern around the Nuevo Laredo Colombia border is issues with highway robbery. There's been increased reportings of people getting robbed with machine guns. Sometimes they give you a ticket and they say that you've paid anywhere from $500 to $600 US and they send you on your way. Other times it can be much worse. That started to happen now as well from the Colombia border, which is supposed to be one of the more safe border crossings. We haven't really heard of any issues going northbound, and we had 0 issues today, which we're very thankful for. But it is something to definitely be aware of. That does exist. We're not going to try and tell you that it's perfectly safe going north or south. Things can happen, and that's why it's really important to be a part of a group, so you can find out if there's any updates, if anything has happened to anyone in the group recently. And there's some Facebook groups specifically about traveling on the road in Mexico or in an RV that you can join for free. There are major benefits to crossing at Colombia. It's wide open, a lot more space, less traffic, which means for an RV you don't have to deal with as much craziness. But there's also the Banjercito and everything that you would need in one location. It's really important before you cross the border that you return your TIP, which is your temporary import permit. If you have a tow vehicle, you should, such as a motorcycle like us, you would need to return that and you'll get your deposit back. And for your vehicle, like your RV or your trailer, it would be for 10 years. But if you don't plan to come back with that specific RV, you plan to change your RV in the future, you want to make sure that you remove and cancel both tips.
Something just popped underneath the RV and I don't know what it was.
That's our scooter about to fall off.
Remember that bolt that I said I wanted Shane to bring whenever everyone showed up in Puerto Aventuras? Yeah, that's what broke.
It's always so intimidating.
America is intimidating.
Yes, it is. Border crossings are always intimidating.
We are citizens of the United States, and we still get nervous. For no reason. There's no reason for us to be nervous.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm like really excited to be back. Last time we cried as we were leaving Mexico. But this time, I'm excited to return. I'm ready for some smooth roads, some of the conveniences of the US. We went to a lot of places, covered a lot of ground this year. And while we had the most amazing experiences, it was a lot.
How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good.
We've been traveling for...
We went on vacation for almost 6 months.
Yeah, we just stayed in Matehuala last night to get here.
Anything under the care coming back? Any fruit, plants, meats, vegetables, alcohol? Nothing? No food, nothing?
No, we cooked it all. Ate it all and cooked it all.
Thank you.
We're through.
That was easy.
Oh my god, that was so much easier than our last one. They didn't even come on board. Oh my god, we're back in the US.
Welcome home.
Wow.
Can't believe they let us into this country. I definitely have mixed feelings about being back in the US again. I mean, I want to continue to explore, but I'm tired. I'm so tired of the topes, the roads, not being able to read any of the signs that someone can fine me up to 5,000 pesos for. Like, I'm just, yeah, I need a break. But I think I need a break from the road in general, really.
We've been going full steam for quite a while, and I think we're well deserving and ready for a nice break.
Need a vacation.
Yeah, we need a vacation from RV life. The good news is, for you guys watching on your end, we're not going to have too much of a lapse in our adventures for our weekly vlogs for you guys. We are going to do some specific RVing Mexico content coming out, like how much we spent over our time RVing Mexico to help you if you're planning a trip.
Yeah, we're going to give you a budget. We're going to give you some like expectations that we just want to make sure we set properly as far as RVing specifically to Mexico.
And then after that, we are hitting the road again for some awesome summer adventures. This is going to be an epic summer, I'll tell you what, guys. We still have about 30 minutes until we get to our overnight stop, which is the Texas Travel Center, or Welcome Center. It's a free spot for the night, not too far from the border. Pick you up there. Nothing like the Texas Travel Welcome Center. We left at 7:05 this morning. We arrived at the border crossing at 3:05, so it ended up taking us about 8.5 hours for the entire border crossing and drive. Yes! You come bearing gifts! I love you! Guess where you're at?
Whew. It's gonna be a bit loud tonight, eh?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to America.
No, like it was like we've never had an easier crossing.
We may have left Mexico, but Mexico hasn't left us yet. We're having some totopos and salsa, wine, celebrating, and then we can journey on tomorrow. Cheers! Well, we can't say that was our favorite camping spot ever. We will always take a free and safe spot to sleep. If you're coming or passing through just over the border, it's definitely a good stop off, but be ready for a lot of noise. There's a train that runs nearby. There was pretty much trucks and tons of traffic noise from the highway that's right next to it. So we're just gonna head on to our next destination, which is Houston. It's about a 5.5 hour drive. We're gonna be staying at an awesome Harvest House. We have a lot on our agenda today, which is also stocking up on groceries since we have pretty much nothing in our fridge. We need to hit the road.
Randy! One of the best things about being back in the US is the fuel prices. So we're already spending way less per liter or gallon, whatever way you want to convert it, than we would have in Mexico in the first place. But we also use an app called Get Upside. And since we've been gone, all of you who have signed up through the Get Upside link before have been using Get Upside, getting credits yourself and giving us credits. So we're getting something like $6 and some change off per gallon. And the diesel here only costs $2.89. So we're filling up for free today, and I think we're gonna get money back, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. And they work with a bunch of different gas brands nationwide. So you literally just pull up, fill up, grab a receipt, scan it, and you're done. So if you're interested in downloading the Get Upside app so you can save money on fill-ups, and use our promo code below because you'll get 15 cents off per gallon on your first fill-up.
This video is probably going to feel a little repetitive from our last border crossing video when we came back to the US. And that's because you kind of got to do some of these generic, everyday, full-time RV life things once you return. It feels so good to have access to all of our favorite food products, organic produce, and a big fancy grocery store. What are you doing there, bud? Did you find the beer section? I'm pretty sure we're going overboard again, but I don't care. Look at this. Grain-free pizza. It's so good and it's on sale. Our meatless mushroom protein. Plantain chips made from coconut oil. Price is Right rules. We take a guess at what it's going to be. I say $2.78.
$3.15.
All right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Okay, pay the man.
$2.90. Still way more than we ever want to pay, but
Fridge Tetris. Admittedly, this is not a favorite game of mine.
get it. We made it to our next stop, which is another Harvest Host. It is John Schneider's property. If you're not familiar with John Schneider, he played Bo on the famous TV series Dukes of Hazzard. And he bought this property, it's 57 acres, to kind of be like his film studio. So I guess he's produced and written a ton of films and used this set here to produce them. It's definitely a unique property. It's unlike any other Harvest Host we've ever stayed at before, that's for sure. But it's our last night with Karen and Greg. So we're gonna have some fun.
Eat some cheese.
Eat some cheese, make some chili, drink some champagne and wine. We're gonna have a lovely evening celebrating our last night together.
Apparently this is the marmalade we got when we were wine tasting at San Miguel. Oh yeah.
Day of the life. Really roughing it here.
I need some champagne.
And just when you think your night can't get any weirder, your neighbor comes up and tells you that John Schneider is going to be filming a scene for his new movie right next to where you're camping. So, yeah, we're here. We're doing this. We're not fans of the Confederate flag. We wish it was just the American flag flying. Cool experience. Racist undertones. We don't condone it. But it was fun watching the car go by.
So nice to be back on smooth roads. Like seriously, it feels like the RV is just floating on a soft, pillowy cloud. So we made it to our Harvest Host just outside of Pensacola, Moon Pie Farms. Interesting spot. She's got goats, she's got geese, she's got some kind of bird that's similar to a chicken that I've never seen before. It's got like a bone on its head. Looks like something out of
it's a quail.
some kind of quail, you
She
think?
sells quail eggs. Holly, what do you see? What do you see, Holly?
You see chickens? You want to eat the chickens?
Last night's stay was a little noisy. All the farm animals definitely make themselves heard, but it was a very peaceful stay for sure. And I like Harvest Hosts like this, like farms, especially breweries, restaurants, wine vineyards, or wineries. Because at Harvest Host, you're supposed to patronize wherever you're staying. And I just feel like when you stay at like a farm or a brewery or a vineyard, it's so much easier to patronize, well, for us, because those are things we love. So we just got some cheeses from her because she has goats and they're fresh, like a chipotle ricotta, and we got a goat cheese. So I'm happy to pay. This is like a lovely way to stay.
Two things I miss about Mexico. Gas station tenants that would happily do this for me. And temperature checks when you walk into restaurants and stores.
The window past the dirt road.
We're so close!
Clouds flow through.
Someone is excited to see us. My niece called us twice today. She didn't want to take a nap because she knew we would be here when she woke up from her nap, but she was too excited.
Behind all the places I've been, it never changes like them. Like an old friend that can come and go. This will always be my home.